Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first show, EU Deal After Brexit. So today we have the great pleasure to host Mary and Amaryllis, two experts on the field of Brexit, and especially on the field of the rights of citizens. So today we will have a special focus on the rights of students on the one hand, and then on tourists. So Mary, thank you again for being with us today.
Thank you.
Just a quick question to start. What are your impressions about the latest vote of the British Parliament on the refusal to renew the Erasmus Plus program?
Well, I have to say I'm really disappointed of the vote because both British and international students will be definitely impacted negatively by such a decision. They won't benefit anymore from the cut of tuition fees, the health insurance, the multicultural aspect, and etc. Then Europe can actually propose another model, such as apply to Norway and Switzerland, and then the Erasmus program can last a little bit longer to the UK. But if there is no agreement, WTO rules can apply, such as verification of visas, goods, and application of customs cities.
Okay, so we can understand that you're a bit disappointed, but maybe what are the legal consequences on students of such a vote?
Well, the agreement concluded on the 17th of October 2019 did not at all include provisions on student matters. So the UK can be treated as a member state, EU member states, regarding the regulation 1288/2013. But if there is no agreement with the European Commission, the UK cannot be treated as a program country pursuant to Article 24(1) of the same regulation.
Okay, yes, for sure. And do you think the British government has taken into account sufficiently the real will of students that are finally at the heart of the issue?
Not at all, because really the students feel forgotten by the government. For example, the students that were under 18 at the time of the referendum and that could not vote at that time really feel forgotten by the government. And they really have the sensation that the politicians focused on issues such as economics and trades. So they really feel, being set aside by the government.
Okay, and we understand it. Thank you so much, Mary. So Brexit has, of course, an impact on cultural rights, as Mary explained us, but also on the legal situations of citizens, and in this case of students. But there is another category of citizens which is impacted by Brexit, who is the tourists. So Amaryllis, you're here today to talk about the situation of tourists.
Thank you for inviting me.
So it's a pleasure. So maybe to start, can you tell us what would be the main impact of Brexit on tourists?
Well, Brexit will mainly have an impact on outbound and inbound travel in the UK. The situation of an English citizen coming for holidays in Europe, as well as a European citizen visiting the UK, will change considerably due to the fact that tourism has not been the core subject of negotiation between the United Kingdom and the European Union while the agreement was adopted. Moreover, as you may know, the most important regulation for the passenger rights, Regulation 261/2004, will not be applied automatically for citizens, for passengers, because regarding the latter, the flight from any airline as to taking or land off in the EU, provided that is headquartered within the European territory. As the UK will soon cease to be an EU member state, a numerous amount of questions will start to arise.
Of course, but we must not forget that it exists the air passenger duty that is not linked to any European legislation, right?
Of course, the air passenger duty you are referring to exists, but generally speaking, it is frowned upon by passengers. This is a duty applied by the UK government and still the highest tax, the highest level of tax on passengers in the world. I'm not sure it would benefit the UK economy or tourism. Moreover, additional travel documentation and passport updated required by the UK administration could be a supplementary burden for passengers, which make the travel less straightforward to and from the UK.
Thank you very much, Amaryllis. Maybe before to leave us, you can say a few words about the situation, the impact of Brexit on the data protection of tourists, because I'm telling this to the public, it will be one of our upcoming show, the topic of our upcoming show. So maybe just a few words to introduce the subject.
So yes, the data protection issue will officially be at stake due to the fact that airlines and air companies have to manage and store a huge amount of personal data, including booking, payment detail, passenger name record, and immigration data that may be required by a country of destination. So as you may know, one of the most important regulations on security of data is the EU regulation on general data protection adopted in 2016. And this regulation places certain requirements on any company who collects, use, store, dispose, and disclose personal data, including passenger one. Therefore, all airlines flying to and from the EU fall within the scope of the regulation, and this regardless of Brexit.
Of course. Thank you, Amaryllis, and thank you again, Mary,
Thank you
for being with us today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.